What's up, Leafs Nation? Welcome back to another game preview. I'm Zack Phillips, and today we're going to be taking a look at game number 15 of the Toronto Maple Leafs regular season as they play host to the Detroit Red Wings here tonight on Hall of Fame night. Another game, another one without Auston Matthews, and we don't fully know what the injury is at this point. All we know is upper body and not wrist, according to Craig Berube. He said Matthews is skating. He's heading in the right direction. Potentially could go tomorrow. Will not go tonight here against Detroit. But as Nick and Rosie said on the morning show, I also don't see a reason why you would force him into the game against Montreal tomorrow night either. If he's not good enough to go on the Friday night, what's going to change overnight here tonight to get you ready enough in the regular season heading into game 16 after 15 here tonight to play tomorrow? Makes no sense to me, but no Auston Matthews means another shuffle of the lineup. So let's take a look at what we've got for our lines here tonight, heading over to Daily Faceoff line combos, and not much change, if anything, from what we saw from the game against the Boston Bruins the other night. An incredible win. This team continues their record, making it 36-19-2 without Matthews in the lineup over the course of his career. Just kind of outrageous numbers that get thrown around out there, but I mean, hey, numbers are numbers. Can't deny those at this point. It seems like this team is able to rise to the occasion and win games without Auston Matthews in the lineup. So looking at what we've got for our lines, first line, Nyes, Domi, and Marner. Run it back here again tonight. They looked good the other day, and hopefully they can continue that here tonight. Line two, it has been a line that has stuck together the last few games, and I think for good reason. Pacioretty, John Tavares, William Nylander on the right wing on that second line. This is a line that's been able to generate. Max Pacioretty has suddenly looked like he's got this burst of speed that I feel like a lot of people in Toronto didn't think he was going to be able to get back to. Maybe something from earlier in his career prior to two major lower body injuries. And his snapped Achilles is nothing to scoff at, but Max Pacioretty comes back here and all of a sudden this guy is flying up and down the ice, being able to catch guys, skate with them, and punishing checks, being able to contribute in the play down below the goal line, finding other guys in open areas and creating offense. He's been an awesome addition to that line. William Nylander tied for the league lead in goals after the game against Boston. Willie continues to show us why he deserved to be paid all of that money last season. 10 goals through 14 games for Willie Nye at this point. And I think a lot of that success is being realized here so far on this second line. So hopefully tonight against Detroit, it does not slow down. As for what we got for the third line, it's a line that I was more concerned about against the Bruins because, hey, how's the Bruins depth going to be able to shape up and take care of business in the bottom six? Against a team like Detroit, I mean, no disrespect to Detroit here, but I feel like this should be an easier night for those three. If Nick Robertson wants to show that once Connor Dewar's back in this lineup, he's a guy who shouldn't be taken out, and maybe it should be the centerman of this line and Pontus Holmberg, then tonight's a night that you got to get on the board. You haven't really put up much offense to this point in the season, and a year where you kind of came into this one demanding a trade. You put up 5 goals in the preseason. You say, hey, look at me. I'm a goal scorer. I deserve to be here. If you're not going to score, then what's the point of having you around, no matter what the situation is, because you've got other guys who can fill out other jobs. There are other goal scorers on this team. Matthew Nyes has stepped up into that role. We know Pacioretty, JT, Nylander, Matthews, those are guys who are going to be able to score as well. So if you're not going to, what does it matter? Steven Lorentz on the fourth line there with David Kampf and Ryan Reeves. Steven Lorentz is scoring more goals than you so far this season. So are you going to show up? Are you going to put the puck in the back of the net? Tonight is a great opportunity for him to do so. Tonight's a great opportunity for this third line to do so as well. This fourth line stays the same. Rosie and Nick talked about it as well. I talked with Rosie about it after the game against Boston. Why isn't Reeves fighting? As far as things go where you look ahead and say, oh, heavyweight matchup, this isn't really one here tonight against Detroit where I foresee, oh, this is a night Ryan Reeves has to fight. So how are they going to show up in other ways? You have to be a tough line to play against, hold the other team in their own zone for extended periods of time, not get hemmed into your own, not take penalties, and be physically punishing. You do those things. This is a successful night for the fourth line if they do those things. Fighting aside, I don't think that that's something we're really anticipating necessarily from Reeves. It would just be an added if he ends up doing that. But you do those other little things, right? Get pucks deep, get pucks in corners, pucks on net, all the cliches. You're going to have a good night here tonight against Detroit. That's it for the forward lines. Defensively, no changes here yet. Obviously, we'll take a quick look at that in the power play unit, but as Hakanpää looks to return from his AHL conditioning stint, we're going to have some guys having to elevate their game. Connor Timmins has been really, really good so far here. Timothy Liljegren obviously on his way out the door, but if these 6 continue to prove, hey, we deserve to be here every night, then Hakanpää is going to have to fight his way in. He's going to get a chance, obviously, but it's not just going to be given to him that, hey, you deserve to be here night in, night out. So how does he play in his debut? How is he going to look then? Some of that's going to be up to how these guys play ahead of Hakanpää's return. And then is it going to be one of the defensemen, or is it going to be Myers? Is it going to be Holmberg, Robertson? Like, how are they going to handle those things? As those guys near their returns, it's going to be a tryout for everybody. So for our deep pairs tonight, sticking with what we've had the last couple of games, Morgan Rielly, Ekman Larsson, pair 1, McCabe, Tanev, 2, Benoit, Timmins, on 3. And then we're going to get another Anthony Stolarz here, start here tonight, which, I mean, the guy deserves it. He has looked absolutely stellar so far to start this season. Fills into that position for Joseph Woll, says, you know what, I don't care. I will step up. I will find a way to be the guy and show you why I deserve this net. And as of Daily Faceoff right now, Cam Talbot going for Detroit. Anthony Stolarz likely to go. And then on the other end, just a quick lineup note for Detroit. For those of you keeping track at home, Justin Holl slots into the lineup against the Maple Leafs here tonight. So those are your lineup updates ahead of Game 15. Now let's get to the one part that I think will hopefully get some people headed in the right direction, and that will be our best bets. And our best bet segment is brought to you by Bet365, proud partner of the Leafs Nation pregame and the Leafs Nation After Dark. Open an account with Bet365 today. Bet on a huge range of markets. Use code NATION, N-A-T-I-O-N. That's code NATION, N-A-T-I-O-N. So whatever the moment, it's never ordinary at Bet365. Let's head on over to the Bet365 site, where we're going to go into the NHL section of the markets that they've got listed. And I mean, you want to talk about different varieties of markets and all the things that you can be betting on: NHL, NBA, college football, Canadian football, the NFL, UFC. College basketball is back in action. I mean, I'm betting on all these things myself, and Bet365 is a sports book that I need in my arsenal when I'm doing so. So make sure to check out Bet365. But for us today, NHL, let's go over to the Red Wings Maple Leafs game. We're going to head over to the player prop section, and then we're going to dive down into shots on goal. This is where I think I'm going to find something here tonight. Shots on goal is not something that we've really dug into far too much this season so far, but I think I found something when I was looking through earlier today. We're looking at these lines and where these guys are going to slot in for the Leafs. The one thing that's been noticeable, or was noticeable in the last game, was Matthew Knies slotting up into power play 1. So that's where I'm going tonight. Over 2.5 shots on goal, plus 130 for Matthew Knies. Look, he's on the first unit, power play unit there. He's net front. He's going to be getting opportunities to tip the puck like he did against Boston the other day. Also bang home rebounds, potentially have something hit off of him and go in. Those are all shots on goal. On top of that, he's playing on the first line with Domi and Marner. Guess what both Domi and Marner are? Passers. Neither one of those guys is coming down across the blue line and saying, I need to shoot this puck. So there's going to be a guy who's going to be getting looks, and it's going to be Matthew Knies. If he keeps a stick on the ice and goes to the front of the net, there's going to be plenty of opportunities for him to get over 2.5 shots on goal here tonight. I feel confident in this one. We're going a full unit on this. The unit size is of $100, so we're going $100 at the plus 130 to profit $130 here tonight. Matthew Knies over 2.5 shots on goal. The kid is a net front mutant. He's going to be getting more opportunities on the power play. The refs in these Leafs games early on here as well have been, feels like they're calling plenty of penalties throughout. So you get another one here tonight. Maybe people get fired up. It's a Hall of Fame game. Maybe you get a couple opportunities to go to that. Matthews is out. You're going to need other guys to step up. It's Nylander. It's Marner. It's Matthew Knies. Those are the guys who are saying, we're going to elevate our games. We're going to put it on our back. We're going to get this done. Matthew Nice over 2.5 shots on goal is our best bet tonight. Full unit at plus 130 to profit $130. So obviously, please gamble responsibly when you do so. But if you're following along with our unit sizes so far to start this season, we did just lose the last 4 in a row, which would put us down 0.5 units on the season, a negative 6%, or 5%, excuse me, ROI so far on the year. But you follow along with unit sizing, the numbers that we're betting at, and we should be able to get this back over the long term. A full unit here tonight. $100 plus 130 on Matthew Nice. If you did enjoy the game preview, please make sure to hit that like button, subscribe here to the channel, turn on notifications. I will be back here tonight following the Leafs Red Wings game to break it all down, talk about what happened, what the good was, what the bad was. If there is any bad, hopefully not, with maybe another victory here tonight, game 15 for this Maple Leafs team. Heading into this one, 7-5-2, looking to make it 8-5-2 on the season. Thank you so much for watching. See you all tonight, and as always, keep believing. For more content just like this, including game previews, post-game live shows, Leafs Morning Take Monday through Friday with Nick Alberga and Jay Rosehill with special guests, as well as instant reaction videos, make sure to be subscribed here to the Leafs Nation YouTube channel. Turn on notifications so you don't miss anything, and drop a like.